Let us see a summary of the entire chapter. This question is only about the introduction of the ratio. Dear students, up to question number 4, all the questions which I have kept over here is for the single ratio explanation, single ratio calculation. So these are the liquidity ratios, or to measure the liquidity of the company. So this is what we understand. I would say that all these are moderate question, because unless you are clear with these ratios, you cannot calculate the missing information question. This is again the moderate. These are liquidity ratios. Stock turnover ratio, finished goods holding period, these are activity ratios. Asset turnover ratio, working capital turnover ratio, these are activity ratios. Data turnover ratio, collection period, activity ratios. Creditors turnover ratio, creditors velocity, average payment period, activity ratios. Interest coverage ratio, DSCR, these ratios are from lender point of view, from bank point of view. These are expense ratio. GP ratio is profitability ratio. Return on capital employed, return on investment, return on asset. These are again profitability ratios, and it has moderate importance. This is an important question in which there is a combination of number of ratios: P&L account, P&L appropriation, earning per share. This was an important, very much new. Dividend yield, price earning ratio, important. Cover for preference dividend and equity dividend, again new ratio. Net profit ratio is simple profitability ratio. Again, earning yield, net fund flow. These are important questions. Then these are capital structure ratios. Now, question number 5 is completely a question which is of the missing information, and usually we have the questions from this segment only. But you will be able to do this segment successfully only if you have completed the initial ratios calculation properly. That is what's the precondition that we have. One more thing that we understand importantly over here is that there is no specific sequence in which you have to do the answer. You have to recognize that what values are given, and those values can be used in which kind of ratios. So accordingly you are required to start with the answer. Value, ratio, taking them into account, we are required to compute the ratios. That is what we understand. So this is of course like important question. These ratios are like basically like expressly they have asked us to compute certain ratios. Again, this is an important question in my opinion. Then this ratio, that is this question also very important, with a new point of working capital calculation to be made. Dew point chart, this is also very important. Specific presentation is expected from you. Then this is what's the kind of question which has very less chances to be asked in examination, but still there are chances that it may be asked. Then in that case, as a student, you just have to be relaxed. It is not necessary that your answer should match with the institute suggested answer. It may happen that you have done certain other ratio calculation, but it is absolutely acceptable. That is what say we have. And say this is the theory question. We can see that say it has been a long time that the theory asked from this chapter.